Imagine a figure whose radiant smile transcends time, whose laughter echoes through ancient texts and modern memes alike. This is Maitreya Buddha, the Buddha of the future, a symbol of boundless joy and hope. Have you ever wondered why this jovial figure, with his iconic round belly and beaming grin, appears everywhere from temple statues to blockbuster films, from ancient sutras to viral internet posts? What is it about Maitreya that captivates hearts across centuries and cultures? In today's fast-paced world, where fleeting trends dominate our screens, Maitreya Buddha stands as a timeless icon, seamlessly weaving through sacred traditions and pop culture. His image has danced across movie screens, inspired countless stories, and even sparked laughter in the form of memes shared across social media. But how did a figure rooted in profound Buddhist philosophy become a global cultural phenomenon? This exploration will take you on a journey through the vibrant tapestry of Maitreya's presence in modern media, revealing the deeper meanings behind his enduring appeal. Stay with me to uncover the magic of Maitreya's smile, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the wisdom of this journey with others. By diving into Maitreya's story, you'll discover not only how this beloved figure has shaped art and entertainment, but also how his teachings can inspire joy and compassion in your own life. From the silver screen to the digital realm, Maitreya's presence invites us to reflect on happiness, kindness, and the promise of a better future. Whether you're a Buddhist practitioner or simply curious about cultural icons, this exploration will leave you with a renewed sense of wonder and a deeper connection to the universal quest for joy. So, let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with friends who love exploring the intersections of spirituality and culture. Your support helps keep these stories alive and inspires others to join the conversation. Now, let's dive into the first part of our exploration, the cultural evolution of Maitreya Buddha in the modern world. Maitreya Buddha, known as the future. Buddha, in Buddhist cosmology, is a figure of profound significance in the Buddhist tradition. His name, derived from the Sanskrit word Maitri, loving kindness, embodies the essence of compassion, joy, and hope for a future golden age. Unlike the historical Buddha, Shakyamuni, who attained enlightenment in the distant past, Maitreya is prophesied to appear in a time when the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha, has faded from the world. His arrival promises a renewal of wisdom and harmony, a vision that has inspired countless generations. Yet, beyond the sacred texts, Maitreya has taken on a life of his own in the cultural imagination, becoming a bridge between the spiritual and the secular, the ancient and the modern. Maitreya, in traditional contexts, the roots of a cultural icon. To understand Maitreya's modern prominence, we must first trace his origins in Buddhist lore. In early Buddhist texts, such as the Digha Nikaya and the Maitreya Sutra, Maitreya is depicted as a bodhisattva residing in the Tushita heaven, patiently awaiting the moment to descend to earth as the next Buddha. His iconography, particularly in East Asian traditions, evolved to emphasize his benevolence and accessibility. In China, Maitreya is often portrayed as Budai, the laughing Buddha, a rotund monk with a sack of treasures, symbolizing abundance and contentment. This image, rooted in the historical figure of a 10th century Chinese monk, became synonymous with Maitreya, blending spiritual gravitas with a relatable, jovial persona. In traditional art, Maitreya's depictions vary across cultures. In India, he is often shown as a regal bodhisattva adorned with jewels, seated in contemplation. In Tibet, he appears in thankas, radiating serenity and wisdom. In East Asia, his laughing, rotund form dominates, reflecting a cultural emphasis on joy and prosperity. These diverse portrayals laid the groundwork for Maitreya's adaptability, allowing him to transcend religious boundaries and enter the realm of popular culture. Temples to screens. Maitreya in film and television. Maitreya's transition from sacred icon to pop culture phenomenon is most vividly seen in film and television. In Asian cinema, his image often appears as a symbol of hope or comic relief, blending reverence with accessibility. For instance, in the 1993 Hong Kong film The Mad Monk, directed by Johnny Tu, Maitreya is reimagined as a quirky divine figure who descends to earth to resolve human conflicts with humor and wisdom. Played by Stephen Chow, this cinematic Maitreya is both a spiritual guide and a mischievous trickster, embodying the balance of enlightenment and relatability that defines his cultural appeal. Beyond Asia, Maitreya's influence has seeped into global cinema, albeit often indirectly. In Hollywood films like Little Buddha, 1993, directed by Bernardo Bertolucci, Maitreya is referenced as part of the broader Buddhist narrative, symbolizing the cyclical nature of enlightenment. While not always named explicitly, his archetype, a figure of future hope and universal compassion, resonates in characters who embody optimism and transformation. This subtle integration reflects Maitreya's ability to transcend cultural specificity, appealing to universal themes of renewal and kindness. Television, too, has embraced Maitreya's image, particularly in East Asian dramas and animated series. In Japanese anime, such as Inuyasha and Sayuki, characters inspired by Buddhist mythology often carry Maitreya-like qualities: compassion, foresight, and a playful demeanor. These portrayals adapt Maitreya's essence for younger audiences, embedding Buddhist values in narratives of adventure and self-discovery. By presenting Maitreya in accessible formats, these shows ensure that his teachings reach audiences who may not engage with traditional religious texts. Maitreya in the digital age, memes and social media. Perhaps the most striking evolution of Maitreya's image is his presence in the digital realm. On platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, the Laughing Buddha has become a meme icon, shared in countless posts and videos. His round face and infectious smile appear in GIFs captioned with phrases like, "Stay positive," or "Spread joy." These memes, while often stripped of their religious context, capture the essence of Maitreya's message: joy as a universal antidote to suffering. This digital reinvention is both a blessing and a challenge. On one hand, it democratizes Maitreya's image, making his message of compassion accessible to millions. A viral post featuring a laughing Buddha statue with a humorous caption can spark curiosity about Buddhist teachings, leading viewers to explore deeper philosophical concepts. On the other hand, the commercialization of Maitreya's image scene in everything from keychains to emojis risks diluting his spiritual significance. Yet, even in these light-hearted depictions, Maitreya's core message persists. Happiness is a choice, and kindness is a universal language. Social media also amplifies Maitreya's role as a cultural connector. In online communities, users share stories of encountering Maitreya statues in unexpected places: cafes, bookstores, or even tattoo parlors, prompting discussions about his meaning. Hashtags like #LaughingBuddha or #MAITREYA generate thousands of posts, blending humor, spirituality, and personal reflection. These digital spaces allow Maitreya to remain relevant, adapting his ancient wisdom to the language of the 21st century. The philosophical core. Why Maitreya resonates. At the heart of Maitreya's cultural ubiquity lies a profound philosophical truth. His image embodies the Buddhist principle of mudita sympathetic joy. Unlike other religious figures who may inspire awe or reverence, Maitreya invites us to smile, to find joy in the present moment, and to cultivate hope for the future. His round belly symbolizes abundance, not just of material wealth, but of emotional and spiritual richness. His laughter reminds us that enlightenment is not a distant goal, but a state of mind accessible to all. In a world often marked by division and uncertainty, Maitreya's message resonates deeply. His presence in popular culture, whether in a blockbuster film, a viral meme, or a temple statue, serves as a gentle reminder of the power of kindness and optimism. By embodying these qualities, Maitreya bridges the gap between the sacred and the secular, inviting us to find meaning in both. This is just the beginning of our journey into Maitreya's cultural legacy. In the next parts, we'll explore how his image inspires literature, art, and personal transformation, diving deeper into the philosophy that makes him a timeless figure. If you've enjoyed this exploration, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who might find inspiration in Maitreya's smile. Your support helps us continue sharing these stories and spreading the wisdom of compassion. Stay tuned for where we'll uncover Maitreya's influence in literature and storytelling. Picture a story where a single smile can heal a broken heart, where a figure of boundless joy weaves hope into the fabric of human struggle. This is the essence of Maitreya Buddha, the future Buddha, whose presence has not only graced temples and screens, but also inspired tales that resonate across time. Have you ever noticed how stories, whether ancient sutras or modern novels, carry the spirit of Maitreya's laughter, inviting us to find light in the darkest moments? In this second part of our exploration, we dive into the world of literature and storytelling, where Maitreya Buddha emerges as a muse for writers, poets, and storytellers. From ancient Buddhist texts to contemporary novels, his image as the embodiment of compassion and optimism has shaped narratives that inspire millions. How does a figure rooted in spiritual prophecy find his way into the pages of books and the hearts of readers? Join me as we uncover Maitreya's literary legacy. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the joy of these stories with others. By exploring Maitreya's role in literature, you'll discover how his teachings transcend religious boundaries, offering universal lessons about kindness, hope, and the power of a positive outlook. Whether you're a lover of classic tales or modern fiction, this journey will reveal how Maitreya's spirit can inspire your own storytelling and personal growth. Let's delve into the narratives that make Maitreya a timeless symbol of joy and transformation. Ready to explore the stories that bring Maitreya to life? Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with friends who love literature and philosophy. Your support keeps these explorations alive and inspires others to join the conversation. Now, let's dive. Maitreya Buddha in the Ave. World of literature and storytelling. Maitreya Buddha, the prophesied future Buddha, is more than a religious icon. He is a narrative archetype whose essence permeates stories across cultures and eras. His image as a figure of loving kindness, abundance, and hope has inspired literary works that range from sacred scriptures to secular novels, from poetic verses to children's tales. In this part, we explore how Maitreya's presence in literature reflects his universal appeal, weaving Buddhist philosophy into narratives that resonate with readers seeking meaning and joy. Maitreya in ancient texts, the seed of storytelling. The literary journey of Maitreya begins in the ancient Buddhist canon, where he is introduced as the bodhisattva destined to become the next Buddha. Texts like the Maitreya Sutra and the Lotus Sutra paint a vivid picture of Maitreya's future role, a teacher who will restore the Dharma in a world that has forgotten it. These texts are not merely religious doctrine. They are stories of hope, crafted to inspire faith in a better future. In the Maitreya, Maitreya is described as a radiant figure, surrounded by a utopian society where compassion reigns. This vision of a golden age, led by a benevolent teacher, has served as a narrative blueprint for countless stories. In these early texts, Maitreya's character is both divine and relatable. He is a bodhisattva who engages with disciples, answers their questions, and embodies the virtues of patience and kindness. These qualities make him a compelling protagonist, not just for devotees, but for storytellers seeking to explore themes of redemption and transformation. The ancient tales of Maitreya laid the foundation for his literary evolution, planting the seeds for his adaptation into diverse cultural narratives. Maitreya in East Asian literature. The Laughing Buddhas. Tale. In East Asian literary traditions, particularly in China, Maitreya's image as Buddhi, the Laughing Buddha, takes center stage. Medieval Chinese texts, such as the records of the transmission of the lamp, recount stories of Buddha, a wandering monk whose infectious laughter and generous spirit left a lasting impression. These tales portray Buddha as a folk hero, a figure who defies societal norms with his unconventional appearance and carefree attitude. His sack, filled with gifts for children and the poor, symbolizes abundance and selflessness, making him a beloved character in Chinese folklore. This literary Buddha inspired countless stories, poems, and plays. In the Song dynasty, poets celebrated his joviality in verses that contrasted his outward simplicity with his profound wisdom. For example, a 12th century poem describes Buddha as carrying joy in his sack, spreading light with his smile, a metaphor for the Buddhist ideal of cultivating happiness amidst impermanence. These stories were not just entertainment. They were moral teachings, encouraging readers to embrace generosity and find joy in the present moment. In Japan, Maitreya's influence appears in No plays and Zen literature, where he is often depicted as a symbol of patience and foresight. The Tales of the Hike, a 13th century epic, subtly references Maitreya's promise of a future age of peace, offering solace to a war-torn society. These narratives blend Maitreya's spiritual significance with human emotions, making his teachings accessible to readers across social strata. Maitreya in modern literature. A universal symbol in the modern era, Maitreya's presence in literature has expanded beyond religious texts, finding a place in novels, short stories, and even speculative fiction. Contemporary authors, particularly in Asia, have reimagined Maitreya as a character who bridges the spiritual and the secular. For instance, in the 2007 Chinese novel The Laughing Buddha by Zhang Wei, Maitreya appears as a mysterious figure who guides a disillusioned protagonist toward self-discovery. The novel uses Maitreya's laughter as a metaphor for resilience, encouraging readers to find joy amidst life's challenges. In Western literature, Maitreya's influence is often more subtle, embedded in characters who embody hope and transformation. Hermann Hesse's Siddhartha, 1922, while focused on the historical Buddha, draws on the broader Buddhist ethos of compassion and renewal, qualities associated with Maitreya. Similarly, in speculative fiction, authors like Ursula K. Le Guin have crafted utopian narratives that echo Maitreya's vision of a harmonious future. In Le Guin's The Dispossessed, 1974, the theme of a society striving for balance and compassion reflects Maitreya's promise of a golden age, even if not explicitly named. Children's literature, too, has embraced Maitreya's image, particularly in East Asian markets. Picture books like The Smiling Monk, a fictional title for illustrative purposes, depict a cheerful, round-bellied monk who teaches children the value of kindness and sharing. These stories simplify Maitreya's philosophy for young readers, ensuring that his message reaches new generations. By presenting Maitreya as a relatable grandfatherly figure, these tales make Buddhist values accessible to audiences unfamiliar with formal doctrine. Maitreya as a narrative archetype. What makes Maitreya such a compelling figure in literature is his versatility as a narrative archetype. He is simultaneously a divine savior, a wise teacher, and a jovial everyman, capable of fitting into any story. His laughter transcends cultural and linguistic barriers, making him a universal symbol of hope. Whether in a Zen koan or a modern novel, Maitreya's presence invites readers to reflect on their own capacity for joy and compassion. This archetype resonates because it addresses a fundamental human need, the desire for hope in the face of suffering. Maitreya's stories, whether sacred or secular, remind us that happiness is not a destination, but a practice. His laughter, whether described in a sutra or a meme, challenges us to find light in the mundane, to cultivate kindness in a fractured world. The philosophical lens, Maitreya's literary legacy. From a philosophical perspective, Maitreya's literary presence embodies the Buddhist concept of upaya skillful means. By appearing in diverse narratives, from ancient texts to modern novels, Maitreya adapts his teachings to suit the needs of different audiences. His stories are not just entertainment. They are invitations to practice mudita, sympathetic joy, and karuna, compassion. In a world often dominated by cynicism, Maitreya's literary legacy offers a counterpoint, a vision of joy as a radical act of resistance. We've only scratched the surface of Maitreya's literary journey. We'll explore how his image inspires personal transformation and artistic expression, delving into the practical ways his teachings can enrich our lives. If this exploration has sparked your curiosity, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who love stories and philosophy. Your support helps us continue this journey and spread Maitreya's message of joy. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a world where every smile carries the promise of hope, where every act of kindness ripples outward to transform lives. This is the legacy of Maitreya Buddha, the future Buddha, whose radiant presence has not only shaped films and stories, but also inspired art and personal growth. Have you ever felt a spark of joy from a simple image or idea that changed the way you see the world? That's the power of Maitreya's wisdom, alive in every brushstroke, statue, and heartfelt action. In this final part of our journey, we explore how Maitreya Buddha's image and teachings inspire artistic expression and personal transformation. From vibrant paintings to everyday acts of compassion, Maitreya's spirit invites us to embrace joy and kindness in our lives. How does this ancient symbol of hope continue to shape modern art and guide us toward a more fulfilling existence? Join me to discover the profound impact of Maitreya's legacy, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others with his timeless message. By exploring Maitreya's influence in art and personal practice, you'll uncover practical ways to bring his teachings of joy, compassion, and hope into your daily life. Whether you're an artist seeking inspiration or someone looking to cultivate inner peace, Maitreya's wisdom offers a path to transformation that is both profound and accessible. Let's dive into this final chapter to see how his smile can light up our world. Ready to be inspired by Maitreya's enduring legacy? Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with friends who love art, spirituality, or personal growth. Your support helps spread the light of Maitreya's teachings and keeps these conversations alive. Now, let's explore Maitreya Buddha in art and personal transformation. Maitreya Buddha, the embodiment of loving kindness and future hope, has transcended his role as a religious figure to become a universal symbol of joy and compassion. In this final part, we delve into how Maitreya's image inspires artistic creativity and guides individuals toward personal transformation. Through paintings, sculptures, and mindful practices, Maitreya's teachings offer a blueprint for living with optimism and empathy in a complex world. Maitreya in visual art, a canvas of joy. Maitreya's image has been a muse for artists across centuries, from ancient artisans to contemporary creators. In traditional Buddhist art, his depictions vary widely, reflecting the cultural diversity of the tradition. In Indian art, Maitreya is often portrayed as a serene bodhisattva, adorned with jewels and seated in meditation, symbolizing his readiness to become the next Buddha. In Tibetan Thangkas, he appears as a radiant figure, surrounded by celestial motifs that evoke his residence in Tushita heaven. In East Asia, the iconic laughing Buddha round, jovial, and often surrounded by children dominates, embodying abundance and accessibility. These artistic representations are more than aesthetic. They are visual sermons. A 15th century Chinese painting of Buddha, for instance, might show him laughing under a tree, his sack overflowing with gifts. This image conveys the Buddhist principle of dana, generosity, reminding viewers that true wealth lies in giving. Similarly, modern artists have reinterpreted Maitreya in bold ways. Contemporary Chinese artist Zhang Huan, for example, has created installations featuring oversized laughing Buddha statues, blending traditional iconography with critiques of consumerism. These works challenge viewers to reflect on the balance between material abundance and spiritual fulfillment. In the digital age, Maitreya's image has found new life in graphic art and online platforms. Artists on platforms like DeviantArt and Instagram create vibrant illustrations of the laughing Buddha, often infusing him with modern elements. Think Maitreya in a neon-lit cityscape or as a pixelated avatar in a video game. These creations preserve his essence while making him relatable to younger audiences. By bridging ancient symbolism with contemporary aesthetics, these artworks ensure that Maitreya's message of joy remains relevant. Maitreya in performance art and music. Beyond visual art, Maitreya's influence extends to performance in music, where his spirit of joy and compassion inspires creative expression. In traditional Buddhist cultures, festivals celebrating Maitreya often feature dances and theatrical performances. In Tibet, for instance, Kam dances depict Maitreya as a protector of the Dharma, his movements symbolizing the triumph of wisdom over ignorance. These performances are not mere entertainment. They are communal rituals that reinforce Maitreya's promise of a future golden age. In modern contexts, Maitreya's ethos appears in music and spoken word poetry. Artists like the Tibetan singer Yungshon Lamo weave themes of compassion and hope into their songs, echoing Maitreya's vision of a harmonious world. Similarly, spoken word poets in urban settings have drawn on the laughing Buddha's image to craft pieces about resilience and kindness. A fictional poem titled The Laughing Monk's Gift might describe Maitreya's smile as a lantern in the storm, urging listeners to find joy amidst adversity. These performances translate Maitreya's philosophy into accessible, emotional experiences, inviting audiences to reflect on their own lives. Maitreya and personal transformation, living the teachings. While Maitreya's presence in art is inspiring, his true power lies in his ability to guide personal transformation. At the core of his teachings is the practice of mudita sympathetic joy, the act of rejoicing in others' happiness. Unlike envy or indifference, mudita encourages us to find fulfillment in the success and well-being of others. This principle, embodied in Maitreya's ever-present smile, offers a practical path to inner peace. Incorporating Maitreya's teachings into daily life is surprisingly simple. Begin with small acts of kindness. Share a smile with a stranger. Offer a helping hand, or celebrate a friend's achievements without reservation. These actions align with Maitreya's ethos of generosity and compassion, fostering a sense of connection and joy. Meditation practices inspired by Maitreya, such as visualizing his smiling face or chanting mantras like Om Maitri Maitreya Svaha, can also cultivate a mindset of optimism and empathy. Maitreya's promise of a future golden age also inspires hope, a powerful antidote to despair. In moments of personal struggle, reflecting on his prophecy can remind us that challenges are temporary and that our actions today shape a brighter future. For example, a daily practice of gratitude, Writing down 3 things that brought joy each day mirrors Maitreya's emphasis on abundance and contentment. Over time, these practices transform not only the individual, but also their communities, creating ripples of positivity. From a philosophical perspective, Maitreya's enduring appeal lies in his embodiment of uppious skillful means. His image, whether in a temple statue or a viral meme, adapts to the needs of each audience, making Buddhist wisdom accessible to all. His laughter challenges the seriousness of modern life, reminding us that joy is a form of resistance against suffering. His prophecy of a future age invites us to take responsibility for our actions, knowing that every act of kindness contributes to a better world. In this way, Maitreya's legacy is both timeless and timely. In an era of global challenges, division, uncertainty, and environmental crisis, his teachings offer a roadmap for personal and collective transformation. By embracing his principles of joy, compassion, and hope, we can cultivate a life that reflects the golden age he promises, not as a distant dream, but as a present reality. Our journey through Maitreya Buddha's cultural odyssey has come to an end, but his teachings live on in every smile we share and every act of kindness we perform. If this series has inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who might find joy in Maitreya's wisdom. Your support helps us continue exploring the intersections of spirituality, culture, and personal growth. Let's keep the light of Maitreya's smile alive. Start today by sharing a moment of kindness and see how it transforms your world.